Hey Scott, this is Larry Powell, Circle P Marketing. I just wanted to get this quick screencast over to you outlining how you can generate more clients for your business. We're going to start out with a quick website audit. I'm going to go over any things I see in your website that I think could either improve your conversions or generating more traffic to your website. Then we're going to look at some high search volume keywords that I think could generate a lot of traffic for your business. And then we're going to look at what the competition is for those keywords and what you have to do to pass them up. So looking at your guys' website, I do like the color scheme you have here. I really like the background. The one thing I would definitely recommend on here is content. So there was a recent study done by Google where they looked at over 1 million different websites across multiple niches. And what they found from this study is that the top ranked sites all had at least 1,500 to 2,000 words of content or wording on this homepage. So definitely developing out this homepage to where you have a little bit more on it as far as content. Another big thing that would really help you with your conversions is actually putting a contact form on this homepage. Like 80% of the time, people aren't even going to scroll down past about this far on your website, just because they're just looking for whoever can get out there the fastest. Definitely, putting some of that stuff on there for that other 20% who really does want to get to know you before they're going to have you come out to their house would definitely be good. But really you want to make that easy for potential customers to get a hold of you. So putting that contact form on this homepage would also really help you out with your conversions. I did really like that you have the click to call buttons. That's super important these days just because people are doing mobile search so often. Those click to calls is perfect. But I would definitely recommend putting a contact form on this homepage. Other than that, everything looks good. I really like the pictures and stuff you have on here. The aesthetic you're going for, everything looks really good on the website. So keywords, this is a tool I use called Ahrefs. You're going to see me use this a couple times during this video. One of the functions it has is I can look at search volumes for different keywords. So for Arborists Seattle, there's currently 250 searches per month just for this one search term. Being in the top spot for this keyword, you can count on getting about 33% of that. So you're talking a good chunk of people that would be headed towards your website just being ranked in the top spot for this one keyword. And there's definitely a lot of other keywords out there, and you can focus more on each individual town that you serve in the Puget Sound area or greater Puget Sound area, but definitely there was a lot of search volume associated with this search term. So looking at Arborists Seattle, there's a couple things we look at here on Google. Everybody knows how to use Google, but I like to give you just a quick rundown to make sure you fully understand what's going on here. So these are all paid ads. This is definitely a good way to generate, instant traffic for your business. It is kind of a crapshoot sometimes, or if it's actually going to convert or not. And these can be very costly. Google's kind of the masters at helping you spend your ad spend or your money as quick as they can, so that you're wanting to spend more money to keep those ads coming in. But it is, definitely an option for generating ads or leads right off the bat. This is another lead, so this is somebody that tied this to their Google My Business page. So again, this is definitely an option for getting those leads coming in right away. But you're going to see a much higher return on investment, generating traffic organically through the GMB and being in this 3-pack, and then organically ranking here in these organic search results. So there's a couple different factors for how you can get your business into this 3-pack. Obviously having a business address and a GMB in the Seattle area would be the first step. If you don't have access to a Seattle address, there definitely are workarounds for that to where you can still get a GMB up in here. Because you're not a location where people are visiting your actual business site or your business address, there is definitely workarounds so you can get your GMB into this 3-pack. As far as ranking it in the top 3 for this 3-pack, there's a couple different factors we're looking at here. The first one is what's known as citations. Citations is your business name, address, and phone number listed on the web. Some great sources where you can find citations would be like Yelp, Yellow Book, even a Facebook page where you list that business name, address, and phone number. That's what citation is. So even a Facebook page. Those are all examples of where you can get a citation source. So the more citation sources you have, the better off you are as far as getting into this 3-pack. Kind of our goal for this is to dominate our competition in every aspect. So getting more citations in them plus 20 or so would really kind of solidify your position there and getting you into that 3-pack. Another big factor for how you're going to get into this is actually your organic rankings. So where you sit organically in here. will also really influence if you're going to be here in the 3-pack. So there's a couple different factors for how you can get your business into here. We already talked about content and all the stuff you have on site. And with that content, I forgot to mention this, but it's also really important that you do include the proper keywords. So make sure you have the keywords in there that are actually going to be generating traffic and already have the search volume behind them. So if you have keywords in there that, if you just have tree service, while that could definitely generate traffic, that's more of a national keyword. Or if you have, arborist. But if you have arborist Seattle, that's a little bit more specific. So you're going to be really targeting that Seattle market. So what we're going to be looking at here, we'll look at your site first, but we're going to be comparing it to Seattle tree preservation. I don't really include Yelp in these videos just because Google really prefers to rank the small business owner over these large national websites like Yelp. So we don't really include them when we do these videos just because if you do all the stuff that I'm talking about in this video, 99% of the time you're going to be passing Yelp up. And that other 1% of the time, there's definitely workarounds for that to where we would just continue to do the SEO until you move up above them. So looking at your website, we're heading back over to Ahrefs, and there's a couple different things we're looking at here. So currently, your Ahrefs rank, so this is where you sit out of all websites on the internet, you're about 35 millionth. There's about 400 million websites on the web that are actually in this ranking, so you're not doing terrible there. But obviously you only care about your market. So what we're going to be looking at is your backlinks and your referring domains. So the backlinks, the best way to describe what a backlink is it's kind of like a high school popularity contest. So you have the most popular kid in school, and we'll call him website A, and you have the least popular kid in school, and we'll call him website B. And the most popular kid in school is going to say that the least popular kid in school is cool now, and he's going to link himself to that least popular kid. And by linking himself to him, it in turn brings up that popularity of the least popular kid. And in this circumstance, it's going to make him more popular in Google's eyes, and it's going to bring him up in the search rankings. So the more of these popularity votes you can get, or backlinks, the farther up in the rankings you're going to move. Another really important part of this is if they're do follow or not. And that do follow means that you're going to be getting that what we call backlink juice or popularity coming back to your website. So currently you have 6 do follow domains. And the domains is important just because you could have multiple backlinks from one domain. So you really want to focus on those domains as you're going out there and trying to get these popularity votes for your website. So you currently have 6 of those. Looking at your competition, Seattle Tree, their website's very basic. They don't have a lot of content on here. You could definitely pass these guys up content-wise. Looking at the back end of their website, they do have a few more backlinks. So they have, 2,700 backlinks from 53 referring domains, but only 34 of those are do follow. So definitely very doable to pass these guys up as well. So if you have any questions on this, again, just to kind of summarize, content for your website is going to be huge for you. Getting those citations to where we can get your GMB moving up in those rankings, or building out new GMBs in these other areas that you're wanting to generate business for. And then your SEO or your backlinks for your website to really drive it up in those rankings. Are there 3 things you really want to focus on in order to generate a lot of new traffic for your business? So again, if you have any questions, definitely reach out. Love to talk to you more. Thank you.